Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about P.R.E, or personal rescue equipment, in this video. Before we do that, please leave a thumbs up if you liked the video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed before. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down there in the comments section. I love to talk to you guys about stuff, and I'd love to answer your guys' questions. Now, what is personal rescue equipment? Well, it's basically the equipment you have on you to help rescue your boats or rescue your buddy's boats out of stuff, or maybe rescue yourselves or maybe somebody else's life out there. This can go from, the standard flip line, which I'm kind of the old school person here still. I carry a kind of a belt type flip line still. I just wrap it around my my waist here, and just clip it together like that. Now there are upsides and downsides to this. The upside is you kind of know exactly where it is, and since I've been using this for a long time, this was the system I used when I first started guiding. Went out there to the local sports shop, outdoor shop, basically bought a carabiner and 20 foot of webbing, and that's what I've used ever since. So there's a lot of webbing right here. It's nice because you get to know where it is, you know exactly where it is. If you use it for a long time, which goes with a lot of systems, if you use it and you work with it, you get to know exactly how to take it off and put it back on. For me, this is always ridden on my right hip, so I know exactly where it is. The downside to it is you have a lot of layers of this webbing kind of sitting right there, and there can be little spaces in there. I do run this one a little tight, trying to eliminate those spaces. But something can get clipped in there. A carabiner, a rock, a tree, some piece of the boat. You can catch this on the oar keeper, or you can catch these on the oar locks if you're not careful, if you're running an open oar boat like that. So it's definitely a little bit of a hazard if you're following the clean line principle. So just keep that in mind if you are using this. There are newer systems out there now, especially with life jackets that have pockets like this one, where you can basically take a small piece of webbing. It's over here. Take a smaller thing. This isn't quite big enough to be a flip line. I like to have a long flip line. If you could probably use this one as a flip line. It's daisy chained up right now. I just like having a longer one personally. But you can use this, and as you can tell, it fit nicely right inside of my jacket right here. I do have a frame wrench in the way there, so that could be a bit of a hazard as well. But that's just how I load my life jacket up. But as you can tell, life jackets that have these nice pockets here work well, kind of concealing things, putting stuff in there so you don't have to worry about putting the extra flip line on every day. It could be that extra piece of equipment you don't want to put on or take off every single day. For me, it's there during the summer. If I don't remember to take it off, well, basically I just wear it home as a belt. So there's that. The other thing about personal rescue equipment is, pulleys, carabiners, other kind of webbing and anchor things like that. I've talked about Z-drag kits. I've actually shown mine before. I carry mine in my medical bag here, so this gets clipped into the boat, and then my heavier Z-drag kit is right here. But like I said before, this is inside of my medical kit here, and then my medical kit is clipped inside the boat. So if my boat gets upside down or wrapped into a spot and I'm away from it, it doesn't really do me any good if I can't get to that or can't recover that bag. So there's that you have to worry about. What I've kind of come across recently, it wasn't too recent, but I just wanted to go back there and look at it again, is actually equipment you carry on yourself, that that P in the P.R.E, personal rescue equipment type thing. And what that is extremely simple. Again, pockets here, and I carry now a locking carabiner. This is a turn gauge carabiner. I've got a pulley here. I've got an extra bit of webbing here. This is a 10-foot section of, I think this is 7/8 diameter or 7/8 width webbing here, so that's nice. That's just something I found pretty cheap. So it depends on how much you want to spend on this kit. This one, even with this webbing, this webbing could put over 3,000 pounds of strength in the webbing, so that's pretty nice. 10 foot. Might not make it around some trees out there or some anchors out there, so I might be a little limited in using that 10-foot section. And then I also have in here that other piece of carabiner and webbing as well. So kind of if you're looking at that, you can kind of see a really small, or parts of a small Z-drag kit just right here. You have basically the anchor material here or here. You have one pulley here. You got a couple carabiners, and if I anchor, I'll probably be anchoring off of this red stuff, or the red webbing, and I'll be using this other smaller stuff as a prusik. This stuff works really well as a prusik loop, and so that's basically the P.R.E. I'm gonna be carrying on my person from now. I mean, like I said before, this works great with, you know, newer and modern life jackets that have these big pockets on there, both the front pocket, although I use this one more as a personal pocket, and then, you know, the inner pocket here on this NRS Zen jacket. So, you know, that's pretty cool. And why do I carry kind of parts of a kit now instead of the full kit? Well, you know, putting the full kit on my jacket would just be a load on my jacket, and me, that's a lot of weight couldn't put on this jacket, and you know, I probably wouldn't find any of the room to put any of that stuff, because there's a lot of stuff in that bag. And the other reason is, if you get a couple of people, if you're in a guide crew and you know you got a really good guide crew out there and good buddies or whatnot, if you get a couple people just carrying this kit around, then you have basically a Z-drag kit out there on the river with you. Basically how it would go is, you know, you get to a spot where you either stick a boat and you get away from it, or your buddy gets a boat stuck. You can pull the pieces out of your life jacket and you have a Z-drag kit ready to go if you need the kit to be there. The Z-drag for sure is, you know, not the measure I would jump to immediately. I would try to do some other stuff, but you know, it's great to have it there. Like I said, just these little pieces themselves are extremely light. They can get in your life jacket. For me, the pulley is probably the bulkiest thing here, so it's just good to have that around. And like I said before, you get multiple people carrying this stuff. You can get out there on the river, and you know, hopefully your group stays together. And you know, you pull up on the scene, and you know, people are pulling this kit out of the life jackets. You're ready to go if you need this kit to be there. So that's pretty cool. That's why I'm kind of carrying this kit, you know, kind of sharing it to you guys. If you have any, you know, questions or comments or other thoughts about it, please leave it down there in the comment section. You know, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. I'd love to answer any questions about it. Any of the gear you see here in my hand, you know, the carabiners, the pulley, the webbing here, the smaller webbing here, I'll have links to those in the description down below, so go check them out, and I will catch you guys in the next video.